From Manheim, Pennsylvania, tonight it's week number 4 of Friday Night Football on the Flagship Network as the Plymouth Whitemarsh Colonials travel to take on the Manheim Township Blue Streaks. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Manheim Township High School. My name is Max Kretzel. So excited for you guys to be here in week number 4 with all of us ready to roll on a beautiful Friday night here in Pennsylvania. Week number 4, we've had some crazy barn burners throughout, and we have a player to highlight for you also. After we touch base on this fan vote real quick, we want to appreciate everyone who voted on social media. Manheim Township, for obvious reasons, on their home turf tonight with a record of 2-1, taking on PW with a record of 1-2. Marcos Fernandez is the player we want to highlight tonight. Had 3 rushing touchdowns a week ago for Manheim Township in their victory against York High. They walked away victors 43-34, and he's averaging 5.5 yards per carry. PW won the toss. They elected to defer, so Manheim Township will get the ball first. And on the return to open this football game, it's a pretty healthy return for the Blue Streaks. Great field position as they start this game. Fletcher on the return has been the primary target for quarterback Jack Kneff so far this season. Manheim Township, again, 2-1 on the year. Their only loss coming to state-ranked Central York on the road in week number 2. So far, Kneff this season completing 63% of his passes, and he's thrown for just under 500 yards this year. Marcos Fernandez, we talked about how much he can do on the ground. Only played in 3 games so far this season, but he's getting the job done at a high level, and they're going to need him tonight as Valou gets the carry on 1st down and 10, and it's a pickup of about 2 yards as he works it up to the 42-yard line. Massive reloading year for Manheim Township. So far, so good when it comes to the wins and losses. Coach Mark Evans described his team this week in practice leading up to this game as gritty, and they're starting to find their identity. They, by far, graduated the most talent in their section. Pre-snap motion. Screen pass, and there's nothing doing. Great defense there from PW, forcing Manheim Township into a 3rd down and long. Feliciano has his first catch of the game for the Blue Streaks. He had a touchdown catch a week ago as well.
Loss of 2 on the play. That'll bring up 3rd down and 10. Ball is back at the 40-yard
So 2 yards
line.
forward, 2 yards back for the Blue Streaks. It's 3rd down and 10 at their own 40-yard line. Beautiful night for football. I mentioned it in the open, but cannot express how perfect this weather here is early stages of September. Myers goes in motion. Kneff wants to pass, fires, has his man, and in enemy territory goes Dixon before he's hammered just past the 50-yard line.
Tackle made by number 6, Michael
Giangulio there on the stop. Giangulio, a guy we'll also highlight tonight for PW. Again, the Colonials only completed 2 passes last week, but they ran for over 300 yards as a team. So we expect that to be a major story offensively for them on their first possession when it comes. Fresh set of downs for the Blue Streaks. Fletcher goes in motion. He catches the pitch, I should say, works his way past the 45 and the 40, inside the 35, and pushed out of bounds in front of his own sideline. Fletcher getting the job done at a high level so far this season.
Gain of 11 on the pass play is enough to move
14 catches on the year, 95 yards total. That leads the team as far as receptions go. Good enough for a 1st down as well for Manheim Township. They're 2nd on this drive. This drive started at their own 40-yard line. They're inside the 40 of the Colonials. Valou gets his 2nd carry of the game, tries the left side this time, and he's brought down after a pickup of 2.
First man on the play by number 10, Amir Butler.
Butler in on the stop. That'll bring up a 2nd down and 8.
Gain of 2 on the previous run, 2nd down and 8 for the Blue Streaks. Ball at the 33-yard line.
Plymouth Whitemarsh was trailing at halftime a week ago to the Buccaneers of Interborough, but they pitched a shutout defensively in the second half and held Interborough scoreless through the 3 quarters, or I should say the third and fourth quarter and they walked away with a 26-23 victory, scoring 12 points in the second half. Trying to make a big stand here as Kneff goes back to pass, has a relatively clean pocket. Now he's flushed, chased down from behind. The ball comes loose, and I think one of the linemen fell on top of it. And he did not. It's a turnover, and Kneff, one of the senior leaders on this team, makes a mistake early, puts the ball on the turf, and turns the football over.
Ball was recovered by Plymouth. Whitemarsh. They will
Tristan O'Brien,
the
sophomore, recovered that fumble for the Colonials, and now they set up shop after a bend but don't break attempt, forcing a turnover, so to speak, and they will go to work offensively. Jan Julio, the tailback. Cole Riley goes under center, pitches it out to the far side, and down the sideline, James Kane, out of bounds, and that's all that pre-snap motion and lots of congestion in that backfield. It's hard for defenses, obviously, to keep tabs on each individual player with so much talent in the backfield. So far, so good on the pitch play.
38 yards gained on the previous run. 1st and 10, ball at the blue streak, 24-yard line.
Kane's coming into this game had only 12 carries, but for 101 yards total. That's an average of 8.4 per carry. Jan Julio has been the main threat with 51 carries on the year. He gets his number called. And it's a short pickup of about 1 on the play. Jan Julio again with just under 400 rushing yards this season. And his 51 carries leads the team in rushing.
Gain of about 2 yards, 2nd down and 8, ball at the blue streak, 22-yard line.
So the blue streak offense threatens but does not score. They shoot themselves in the foot, and now all of a sudden PW is threatening on the road, trying to come out with the first score of the football game. Kane goes in motion. Myers back to pass again. Riley back to pass. He only completed 2 passes a week ago, and he runs inside of the 20-yard line.
Number 1, Cole Riley on the keeper. Tackled in part by number 4.
Riley this season has only thrown 29 passes in 3 games total, but he has been effective as far as the yards go. 241 yards. And when he does throw the football, he likes to throw it down the field, averaging 15 yards per attempt. That's pretty solid. Obviously, you think about the Yak as well with his talented receivers. Jan Julio, the tailback. Kane, top of your screen, number 17. Pre-snap motion. Riley flushed, turns the corner, maneuvers his way inside of the 10-yard line, and tackled by 4 blue jerseys. Clock continues to wind. Under 8 minutes to play in the first quarter. This has been a story for all of our viewers on the Flagship Network throughout this season, especially a week ago in that barn burner of a game that Governor Mifflin walked away victorious of against Hempfield. I mean, they truly controlled the clock for the majority of that football game, and regardless of the score, ball control was a big story, and they did obviously walk away with that 1-point win, 20-19. Ball is marked on the 7-yard line. 1st down and goal. We have a whistle and a timeout. So we'll take our first break of the game. PW threatening here in the first quarter.
We're pretty big. Yeah, people say we're giants.
You call that giant? This is giant. At Dean's Auto Plaza, we have a giant selection of quality used cars, trucks, and SUVs, all at prices that will not crush your budget.
Okay, he's the real giant.
Yeah. Woo! Come see why they call Dean's Auto Plaza York's used car giant. Woo!
Back out of a timeout. Max Gretzel on the call for the Flagship Network and B&B Media. Appreciate everyone coming out tonight to Manheim Township High School. It's PW and the Blue Streaks doing battle here tonight in week number 4. And we've already had a ton of action as the Blue Streaks work the football into enemy territory, and Kneff put the ball on the turf and turn the football over on the opening drive. Now it's PW off a pitch play from Kane. 30-plus yard rushing attempt inside of the Blue Streak 40-yard line, and a couple of other rushing attempts have now put PW on the 7-yard line of Manheim Township. First and goal from the 7 to be exact. Giangulio, the tailback, now to the left. Quiet crowd for obvious reasons so far. Giangulio gets the carry, turns the right corner, cuts upfield, and gallops into the end zone. PW strikes first on the road here tonight.
Touchdown, Plymouth Whitemarsh. That is a 7-yard touchdown.
All of a sudden, the rushing touchdowns are racking up early in this season for Giangulio. That's already his 7th, and this is only the 4th game of the year. Great blocking as Manheim Township unable to contain the edge on the defensive line. And Giangulio is rewarded. The kick is up. And the kick is good. 7-0 Plymouth Whitemarsh. The Colonials come out hot early on in this football game.
We're pretty big. Yeah, people say we're giants.
You call that giant? This is giant. At Dean's Auto Plaza, we have a giant selection of quality used cars, trucks, and SUVs, all at prices that will not crush your budget.
Okay, he's the real giant.
Yeah. Woo! Come see why they call Dean's Auto Plaza York's used car giant.
Max Peterson set to kick off for PW. And Feliciano is set to return for the Blue Streaks as they trail 7-0 on their home turf. Obviously, Coach Mark Evans in his 14th season at the helm of this Blue Streak team, trying to keep his guys in it and motivated. And they know how talented they are. They just have to go out there and perform at the highest levels. And so far, so good as Myers catches it and works forward to about the 38-yard line. And that's where this drive will start for Manheim Township. Manheim Township has played 3 straight close games. They are 2-1 on the season. And they have played 3 games in which the storylines have been all over the place. Slow scoring, close calls, 7-0 victory in week 1. High scoring, close loss against Central York. And then obviously last week at York High, I should say, with a victory as well. So plenty of opportunity for them to improve. But the wins and losses are what matter at the end of the day. Kneff trying to get the ball out quickly, and it's intercepted. And going down the near sideline is James, and he's into the end zone. And just like that, it's shocking here tonight. The crowd is quiet, and PW has now recovered a fumble and intercepted Kneff. That's his 2nd turnover of the game, obviously. And not only that, we still have 6:43 to play in only the first quarter. Peterson on for the extra point as the crowd is stunned. Peterson, I'll tell you what, I don't think he expected to be back on the field as quickly as this. Clean snap, kick is up, and the kick is good. All of a sudden, if you blink, you missed it. 14-0 PW. We'll be back after this.
6:42 remaining in the first quarter. Plymouth Whitemarsh extends.
Well, we mentioned in the opening that Manheim Township has graduated the most talent in their section, including their Section 1 all-outstanding player quarterback, obviously, Carson Weiser from a year ago, and Declan Clancy, one of their best, if not the best running back in the league. Two of their best offensive
number 14,
linemen.
Max Pearson, ready to kick off.
And
team man for the
one
Blue
of their
Streaks,
plug-and-play guys,
Alan
Lex
Feliciano.
Haberbosch, as well. He's gone from a year ago. So, obviously, a lot of turnover here in Manheim Township. But when you talk about Kneff and his preparation in the offseason and all the positive things that were said around this Blue Streak team, you would never expect what we've seen so far here tonight. And that is a 14-0 burst to open this game, as Fletcher goes down the near sideline and works his way into PW territory on the kickoff. Now that has been the story also so far here tonight. 3 solid returns overall. When you talk about field position, it's been the turnovers that have been the problem so far for the Blue Streaks. And Kneff, I'm sure more than anybody else, is happy to get back onto the field and make up for his 2 early mistakes. Good news is plenty of time to correct them. Kneff will run the football as well. He has 13 carries for 67 yards so far this season. That's good for just over 5 yards per carry as he hands off to Myers on 1st down and 10, and Myers puts his head down and works his way forward inside of the 45-yard line before he's tackled.
Tackle made by number 8, Raimundo Gonzalez.
Gonzalez in on the stop. That'll bring up 2nd down, and I'd say about 5.
2nd down and 5. Ball at the 42-yard line.
Ball is marked at the 42-yard line of the Colonials. Kneff will hand off to Myers yet again. He's got some more running room to work with as he's inside of the 35-yard line. That's going to be good enough for a Blue Streaks 1st down.
In on the tackle, number 44, Chase Tadeo.
Tadeo in on the stop.
Those Sandwich Factory chains. That's another Manheim Township 1st down. 9 yards gained on the previous play. Blue Streaks have it 1st and 10 from the 33-yard line.
The ball's now marked on the 33-yard line of PW. Quick stoppage. We have a whistle. Myers jogs off of the football field. And now he's back. May have been a equipment malfunction. James, who just had that pick 6, is also off the field in the Colonial secondary. Dixon split out wide, top of your screen. Dumpster also split out wide, bottom of your screen. Crowd murmuring in hopes that the Blue Streaks can answer. Myers, his 3rd straight carry, goes up the gut, maneuvers past one defender, still on his feet, and finally he's brought down at the 19-yard line.
35, P.J. Myers on the run. Tackle in tandem by number 17, James Kane, and number 2, Michael Bongard. That'll be enough to move those Sandwich Factory chains. That's another Manheim Township 1st down. 14 yards gained on the run, puts the ball in the benchmark red zone. It's 1st and 10, ball at the 19-yard line.
Blue Streaks continue to create holes up front, and the sophomore continues to make the defense pay. Myers yet again finds a little bit more running room, and he's brought down inside of the 15-yard line. Little by little, the Blue Streaks are plowing towards the end zone.
Met by the defensive front.
Very similar formations on this drive as well. You have the Lou in there to block up around the line of scrimmage, and then 2 wide receivers split out.
5 on the previous play, 2nd down and 5, ball at the 14-yard line.
It's 2nd down and 5 after the carry from Myers. He continues to get fed, and for obvious reasons, it's been working. He gets the carry, and that's his 5th straight rushing attempt. He's marked just shy of the 10-yard line.
Tackle made by number 2, Michael Bongard.
Bongard in on the stop. That's his 2nd tackle of the game.
Gain of 4 on the previous play brings up 3rd down and 1. Ball at the 10-yard
4-yard
line.
pickup. It's 3rd down and 1. And this arguably is the biggest defensive possession for PW so far after the fumble recovery and the interception return for 6. Can they get a stop? And a second opportunity to bend but not break. Myers on the handoff. He has picked up the 1st down as he falls forward towards the marker.
Number 35, P.J. Myers. That'll be enough to drop the Sandwich Factory chains. That's another man.
So the chains are dropped.
Down.
And the Blue Streaks are in goal to go territory. Ball's marked at the 8 to be exact. The clock continues to wind. We're inside of 4 minutes to go in the first quarter. Myers cuts up the gut, and finally PW is able to suffocate him.
Hand off to number 35, P.J. Myers. Met on the play by number 2, Michael Bongard.
Bongard picks up another tackle. And that'll bring up a
Gain
second down of goal after the 1-yard pickup.
At the 7-yard line.
Kneff scrambling towards the right, fires to the end zone, and he's not on the same page with his intended target. He was looking for Dixon.
Pass intended for number 4, Darius Dixon, falls incomplete. In coverage, number 27, Tristan O'Brien. Ball heads back to the 7-yard line.
Kneff to the sideline, looking for the play call on 3rd down and goal. Ball still marked at the 7-yard line. Interesting decision there from Coach Mark Evans and company to throw the football after they were running it down the throats of the Colonials. So Kneff on 3rd and goal, needing to come up with a big-time play. He knows it, and so does everyone in the stands. Man-to-man coverage, top of the screen. It's Dumpster one-on-one. Kneff looking his way, comes back opposite, fires, it's caught, it's Dixon, and it's a Blue Streaks touchdown.
Touchdown, Blue Streaks.
Kneff looked for Dixon on the previous play on the right side of the field. It wasn't there. He comes back to him on the next play, and this time is successful.
Darius Dixon.
That's a great play call. Looking right, has the defense shifted, and some great blocking up front as well to give Dixon an opportunity to dive towards the goal line. 14-6, pending the extra point. Crispino on for the attempt. Kick is up, and it's blocked at the line of scrimmage.
Extra point attempt by number 28, Rowan Crispino.
So after the Blue Streaks build some momentum, they're denied the extra point, and we had to break. It's 14-6 Colonials.
2:46 remaining in the first.
Hey guys, we're heading into No Albies here in West Reading. We've got the West Reading French Fry Fest next Saturday, so we're gonna shoot a little content with Massimo in here for the Visit West Reading Instagram page.
Back here in Manheim, Pennsylvania, everyone. Max Gretzel on the call for week number 4 of Friday Night Football on the Flagship Network. The Blue Streaks on their home turf looking to fight back from an early deficit. They trail 14-6 after the touchdown from Dixon and the missed extra point.
Deep men for Plymouth Whitemarsh, number 2, Michael Bongard.
So
and number 4,
looking to put that
Jaden
behind
Milletta
him
James.
and have a good kickoff here. James set to return for the Colonials. It's a low liner. James has it. He lost the football. Ball's on the turf. Blue Streaks think they have it. No signal yet. Still no signal. Still no signal. And it's Blue Streaks football.
Kickoff is fumbled. It is Blue Streak football. On the recovery, ending up with the ball. It looks like number 19, Nate Fletcher.
Fletcher didn't force the fumble, but he surely recovered it.
Back out of offense for the 4th time this quarter. They're in Plymouth Whitemarsh territory. 1st and 10 ball on their own.
James, who had the pick six, puts the ball on the turf and turns the football over. Well, I'll tell you what, Blue Streaks needed some momentum. And what a perfect opportunity now. Ball is marked at the 22-yard line. Myers goes in motion. Kneff, clean pocket, steps up, fires towards the end zone. It's caught. It's a Blue Streak touchdown. It's Dixon yet again.
Blue Streaks. 27-yard quick strike out of the linebacker's end zone.
You're here tonight on his home field. Kneff and company will go for 2. Valou, the fullback. Myers, the tailback. Myers is fake to him. And it's caught. Far sideline. 2-point conversion is successful. I think if you ask any fan, regardless of each side, no one would have expected this.
In the first quarter.
A fumble, an interception, another fumble, and back-to-back touchdowns for Blue Streaks defense. Honestly, that's been so solid, not only last year, but pitching a shutout in week 1, that 7-0 win. They're trying to get their momentum back. They've given up 30-plus points back-to-back weeks. And now their offense has their back.
How about a big hand for our Manheim Township cheerleaders? Getting ready to kick off number 28, Rowan Crispino.
Crispino set the kickoff yet again. And the special teams, I'll say it, looking to come up with another big-time play.
Man for Plymouth Whitemarsh, number two, Michael Bongard, and number 0, Aiden Orensky.
Aiden Orensky now set to return as James is off the field for obvious reasons after the fumble on the last kickoff. Very similar kick. And it goes through the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Kickoff by Crispino rolls through the end zone. It is a touchback. Plymouth Whitemarsh will have the ball on offense, 1st and 10 from their own 20-yard line.
One of the few times we've seen the football deep in each one of these teams' territory. PW will get the football and start at their own 20-yard line. Dolgozzi split out wide. Bongard in the slot. Giangulio, the tailback. Giangulio gets his number called. And pick your poison on the tackler. About 6 blue jerseys in on the stop.
Swallowed up by the Blue Streak defensive front. No gain on the play.
No gain on the play. It's 2nd down and 10.
Line.
Riley and company trying to answer. Bongard went in motion, then stopped. Bunch formation on the line of scrimmage. Pitch play is on yet again. And it's Kane trying to work past a couple of bodies. Can't do so for the most part. He's stopped after a pickup of 7. and it's going to be a third down and 3.
By number 4, Darius Dixon, and number 9, Malachi Minguez. Gain of 7 on the previous play. That'll bring up third down and 3. Ball at the 27-yard line.
Ball is marked at the 27-yard line of the Colonials, trying to answer back-to-back touchdowns punched at them by the Blue Streaks. Riley sacked, and the Blue Streaks get a much-needed stop. A 3 and out.
Cole Riley brought down in the backfield by number 63, Jake Ruck. That'll be a loss on the play. That'll bring up fourth down. Loss of about 1 yard puts the ball back at the 26-yard line, 4th and 4.
4th down and 4, and PW will punt. Donatai handles the low snap, boots it away. It's a pretty healthy punch. And it's fielded inside the 30-yard line. And look out, here goes Fletcher as he's tackled just shy of the 50-yard line. Fletcher has been a monster on the return so far here tonight, and truly all season long, as he continues to give his quarterback solid starting field position to work with.
Blue Streaks will head back out on offense. 8 seconds remaining in the first quarter. Blue Streaks will
only 8 seconds to go on the game clock here in the first quarter. So much action has unfolded in front of us, and we're happy to be here tonight. Can't do it without our sponsors, though. Dean's Auto Plaza, Palumbo Foods, Reading Raptors, Palos Restaurant, Footworks, Berks County Views, and Land Hope Farms. We appreciate your support of Friday Night Football on the Flagship Network. Pistol formation, blue. The lead blocker. Myers gets the carry, works up the middle, barrels over one defender, and works his way inside of the 40-yard line of the enemy.
P.J. Myers on the carry. Tackle made by number 8, Raimundo Gonzalez.
Gonzalez picks up the stop. That's his second tackle of the game. And that will take us to the end of the first quarter. It's the Plymouth Whitemarsh Colonials 14. The Manheim Township Blue Streaks 14. We'll see you for second quarter action right after this. Timeout for an injury, so we're back quickly with 1.4 seconds remaining before the expiration of the game clock here in the first.
Previous play was a run of 15 yards. It was enough to move those Sandwich Factory chains for another Manheim Township first down. Ball is at the 38-yard line. And with that, that is the last play of the first quarter. We will take a brief timeout.
And I didn't know, obviously, when you think about will the clock roll after an injury timeout, it does. So we will leave you at that. 14-all. Second quarter action next.
We're pretty big. Yeah, people say we're giants.
You call that giant? This is giant. At Dean's Auto Plaza, we have a giant selection of quality used cars, trucks, and SUVs, all at prices that will not crush your budget.
Okay, he's the real giant.
Yeah. Woo! Come see why they call Dean's Auto Plaza York's used car giant. Woo!
93, Will Milazzo.
Out of a timeout, second quarter about to begin here in Manheim, Pennsylvania. Sun almost officially set. Lights are on. If you're a sports fan, stuff like this on a Friday night is obviously a lot of fun. It's been a pleasure to be here multiple times now with B&B Media and the Flagship Network. It's been a lot of fun and a lot of close games every time we stop by. So appreciate everyone tuning in. It's been a lot of fun to watch, and it's been a lot of fun to be a part of. And I tell you what, the Blue Streaks have to be liking what they're seeing so far as Kneff and company work their way back onto the field. Ball is marked at the 38-yard line of PW.
First and 10 for the Blue Streaks. Ball at the 38.
Pre-snap motion. The give goes to Myers. He goes up the middle, works past one white jersey, and he's brought down just shy of the 30-yard line.
Off to number 35, P.J. Myers. Tackled in tandem by number 0, Aiden Orensky, and number 6, Michael Giangulio. We have an official's timeout for injury.
Shaken up on the play, holding that left knee. Again, Myers on another healthy carry. And one of the PW players goes down and will get looked at by the athletic training staff. We'll step aside. Injury timeout. We'll be back after this. Back out of a timeout. Calvin, he's still down on the field getting looked at by the athletic training staff. It's that left knee. But obviously a lot to recap so far. It's been a back-and-forth battle. And honestly, it's been a back-and-forth battle all season long, no matter who Manheim Township plays. We mentioned their 7-0 victory in Week 1 and then their loss to Central York in Week 2 before bouncing back a week ago at York High. So with them coming into this game at a record of 2-1, Coach Evans and his staff continuing to try and mold this squad that has lost 18 players to graduation from a year ago. Calvin, he's up on his own feet and will walk off under his own power. So that's good to see. The rushing attack has not gone away, and we didn't expect it to, obviously, Manheim Township fans, with Declan Clancy graduating, but Myers and Fernandez have filled in more than admirably.
Play resumes 2nd and 4 from the 32-yard line.
Ball's marked at the 32-yard line. It's 2nd down and 4. Myers still in the backfield. It's been him and Fernandez to pick up the slack of Clancy, who is gone, obviously, from a year ago.
Pass is complete to number 5, Alan Feliciano.
Feliciano gets the catch. It's his second of the game.
PW defenders. Ball is spotted at the 28-yard line. Just short of the first down marker.
Third down in inches. Ball is marked at the 28-yard line. QB sneak. Kneff goes up the middle, falls forward.
Number 2,
and that's
Jack Kneff
good
on
enough
the
for
sneak.
a Manheim Township
That'll
first
go
down.
those Sandwich Factory chains. That's another Manheim Township first down.
Well, I'll tell you what, the PA announcer tonight is having a lot of fun. He continues to move the chains here with the little by little. And sounds like a broken record, but yes, indeed, another first down and move the change for the Blue Streaks. Kneff, to me, looks settled in at this point in the football game. Obviously, came out as a deer in headlights, turned the football over on the first 2 possessions of the game. He gets his first carry of the game directly snapped to him, and he works his way inside the 25-yard line.
Quarterback power. Tackled in tandem by number 6, Michael Giangulio, and number 17, James Kane.
I think if you're a PW fan, most fans will tell you it's not the biggest powerhouse of a team that the Colonials have had in years past, but still a very capable and talented team overall. Big big test tonight on the road. One of those weeks as we continue to move forward into the middle of the season that tell a story about a football team and can make their season go one way or the other as Myers gets fed yet again.
Again by number 6, Michael Giangulio.
Much different story being 1-3 than 2-2, and PW trying
Gain
to
of 5 on the previous
walk out of here with a
puts
win
the ball in the benchmark
on the
red
road.
zone. 3rd down and 2.
Third down and 2
line.
after the Myers rushing attempt. It's been death by 1,000 cuts on this drive for the Blue Streaks. Myers goes up the middle, falls forward for a gain of about 6. That's going to be good enough for another Manheim Township first down as the clock is in the single digits here in the second quarter.
First down. First man on the play by number 44, Chase Tadeo. Ball is at the 13-yard line, 1st and 10 for the Blue Streaks.
9 minutes and counting. Value to the left of Kneff. Kneff hands off to him. Value barrels over one body, but it's going to be a pickup of only 2 on the play. Value's had 3 carries so far here tonight. All 3 of them have gone for 2 yards.
No gain on the play. 2nd down and 10. Ball heads back to the 13-yard line.
Just like that, Myers now into the backfield yet again. Fletcher has been the favorite target of Kneff all season long. Look for him here in the red zone. Deep shot to the end zone. It's caught. It's Dixon yet again, and it's incomplete. Couldn't get the feet down in the back corner of the end zone.
For number 4, Darius Dixon is ruled incomplete.
That would have been Dixon's 3rd of the night.
That'll bring up 3rd down
And I tell you what,
10.
his social media would have been
13-yard
popping off
line.
if it already hasn't so far here tonight. Third and long. Township trying to keep their drive alive and not stall out deep in the Colonials' territory. Kneff will pass yet again. Clean pocket, steps up near sideline. It's caught, and it's Feliciano who runs out of bounds just shy of the goal line.
Number 5, Alan Feliciano.
Kneff got rid of that football just in time after he felt pressure off the edge.
Ball is at the 3-yard line. It is just enough to drop those Sandwich Factory chains. Another Manheim Township first down.
Feliciano by a yard, able to pick up the first down for Township. So it's first down and goal officially from the 3-yard line. Vayu, the fullback, and Myers, the tailback, who slips around the line of scrimmage, lost his footing. On the previous possession, we saw a very similar formation for Township earlier in this game with Vayu, the fullback, and Myers getting the carry, but unsuccessful that time. Whitemarsh continuing
on the play. 2nd and goal, ball inside the 4.
Try at least and make a wall at their own goal line. The give goes to Myers. He falls forward. He's into the end zone. It's a Blue Streak touchdown yet again.
Blue Streaks. A 4-yard plunge.
20 unanswered points for Township pending the extra point.
P.J. Myers.
Spino in for the extra point so far, 2-2. Kick is up. Make it 3-3.
Extra point attempt by number
21-14, your score. Blue Streaks lead on their home turf.
7:15.
Crispino set to kick off again for Manheim Township. Bongard set to return deep for PW. Gotta love sports here on a Friday night. 14-0 was the score early on. Colonials led. It's been 21 unanswered points, however, for Manheim Township since then. The crowd has gone from quiet to loud, and that's an understatement. Fielded inside of the 5-yard line. Bongard continues to work past a couple of bodies, still moving. And he's out to the 20.
Kickoff is returned by number
Make it the 26-yard line.
Marinsky.
I'm terrible at guessing these marks, I'll tell you that much. Make it the 28.
40,
Too many bodies in that pile.
Plymouth Whitemarsh will have the ball on offense. They'll set up shop 1st and 10. Ball will be spotted on their own 28-yard line.
Colonials could really use a long extended drive here to try to milk that clock as best they can and regroup heading into the half. Keep that defense off the sideline that's been burned in the last 10 minutes of game action, maybe a little bit more than that. Riley takes the snap, hands to, that's Giangiulio. He works his way for a first down and past the 40-yard line.
Handoff is to number 6, Michael Giangiulio. Tackle made in part by number 15, Brady McCracken.
McCracken in on the stop. That's good for a Colonials first down.
That'll be a Plymouth Whitemarsh first down. We have an official's timeout for injury.
Injury timeout. We'll step aside. We'll come back after this. Player able to walk off under their own power yet again, so that's great to see. As we resume game action, Plymouth Whitemarsh, again, mentioned it prior to the break, needing an extended drive on this possession. So far, so good, after Giangiulio ran for about 13 yards on 1st down and 10. Make it another 1st down and 10, this time from the 41-yard line.
Play resumes 1st and 10 from
Lots
the 41.
of activity going on in that backfield as well for the Colonials, as we have a whistle and another stoppage. And we've seen this multiple times here tonight. Referees trying to get on the same page. And I think we're finally ready to get back to game action. 21-14. No shortness of scoring so far in this one. The give to Giangiulio, works his way past the left tackle, and he's stopped at the 45-yard line. So that's going to bring up a 2nd down and 6. I can do that math. And the clock continues to wind. We're under 7 minutes to go until halftime. Ruck is credited with the tackle. That's his first of the game. Riley lost the handle on the snap, had to dive on it. And it's a gain of 0 on the play.
Plymouth Whitemarsh.
And just like that, it'll be a 3rd down and 6. And the pressure continues to mount offensively for the Colonials.
6, ball just short of the 45-yard line.
Well, we mentioned Giangiulio having I should say, an amazing season statistically, at least so far, averaging 7.6 yards per carry. Bongard as well, when called upon, averaging 7 yards per carry coming into tonight. The rushing attack has been silenced by that defensive front of Manheim Township. Pitch play is on, and Orensky maneuvering down the far sideline. He's inside of the 35-yard line, and that's twice down this drive when needed. A big-time play. It's come off the rushing game of the Colonials.
Puts the ball in Blue Streak territory, 1st and 10 for Plymouth Whitemarsh.
Very successful fake. Orensky worked past multiple blue jerseys and pushes that football deep into Manheim Township territory. Ball's marked officially at the 32-yard line. Bongard continues to go in motion pre-snap, distracting the eyes of the defensive backs. There he goes. Giangiulio past one body, can't work past anymore. It's going to be a pickup of 2 on the play.
Tackled again by number 11, Luke Wagner.
Wagner in on the stop. And the defensive line continues to flex their muscle for Township so far here tonight. Whitemarsh has had success running the football out towards the edges, and not too much success running the football with Giangiulio up the gut. We'll see if that changes as fatigue starts to set in the second half. Riley gets the ball out quick, finds his slot man inside the 25, inside the 20, and tackled just after that. Credit James, who had the pick 6 earlier in the game, with a catch.
Tackled in tandem by number 3, Simon Dumser, and number 14, Grant Sages.
Clock continues to run.
Plymouth Whitemarsh 1st down, ball at the 18-yard line.
Ball is marked at the 18-yard line of Township. That's going to be good enough for a PW 1st down. They get to the line quickly as well. Giangiulio gets the carry, tries the right side, works past 3 defenders, make it 4, and he's inside of the 10-yard line.
Hand off to number 6, Michael Giangiulio. Tackled in part by number 14, Grant Sages. Gain of 9 on the previous play. 2nd down and about 1 yard, ball at the 9-yard line.
9-yard pickup for Giangiulio. 2nd down and 1. Giangiulio listed at 6 feet, 195 pounds. And that's a big-time body in the backfield to continue to hand the ball to. Riley takes the snap, gives to Giangiulio. They try that end-around type play towards the far sideline, and it's stopped by that defensive front. Well, I mentioned it previously, that outside rushing game has worked successfully so far for the Colonials. Not that time read well overall. Loss of 6 on the play. 3rd down and 7. Colonials trying desperately to get on the scoreboard. And we have a whistle. And a timeout. Plymouth Whitemarsh wants to talk it over. We will as well behind the scenes. 21-14, your score.
Second timeout. They have one remaining.
Back here out of a timeout. Max Gretzel on the call. Friday Night Football on the Flagship Network, presented by B&B Media. Excited to be at Manheim Township High School, that is, tonight for week number 4 of our football action. Manheim Township trailed 14-0. If you're just joining us, 21 answered points, however, they have put up on the scoreboard on their home turf. They lead 21-14. And a big 3rd down and 7 upcoming for Riley and the Colonials offense. A couple of chunk plays on this possession have gotten them all the way down here to the 7-yard line to be 15-yard line to be exact, but 7 yards to go for that first down.
Play resumes, 3rd down and 7.
Outside of those big-time scoring plays, in order to keep this drive alive, you could argue one of the bigger plays of the game for PW. As Riley goes back to pass for one of the few times tonight, lobs one to the end zone. It goes incomplete over the head of his intended target, James. And that'll bring up a 4th down and 7. It's decision time for the Colonials.
Ball will head back to the 15.
Looks like the offense is going to come off the field.
Down and 7.
Peterson is on to attempt what will end up being a 25-yard attempt. Not too many field goal attempts at the high school level, so this is a pressure kick. It's up. It's got the distance.
The 32-yard field goal by number 14, Max Peterson, is good.
It's good.
157.
21-17 your score. Nice pick there from Peterson, keeping his team in it.
21-17.
We're pretty big. Yeah, people say we're giants.
You call that giant? This is giant. At Dean's Auto Plaza, we have a giant selection of quality used cars, trucks, and SUVs, all at prices that will not crush your budget.
Okay, he's the real giant.
Yeah. Come see why they call Dean's Auto Plaza York's used car giant.
Back here out of a timeout. 21-17 your score. Peterson most recently putting 3 points on the scoreboard for his team after the 25-yard field goal attempt was good.
Getting ready to kick off number 14, Max Peterson. Number 5, Alan Feliciano, the deep man.
Feliciano set to return the kickoff. And this time it's a little bit higher of a kick from Peterson. It's going to be fielded around the 25-yard line by Feliciano. He'll try the near sideline, works his way past the 30, past the 35, and he's brought down just after that. Feliciano, one of those shifty guys, not only as a receiver, but as a returner as well. And he shows you his skills right there.
22 yards on the return will put the ball at the 37-yard line.
It's going to be 22 yards on the return to be exact. Ball is marked around the 37-yard line of Township. So yet again, stop me if you heard this before. Great field position to start for Kneff and the Blue Streaks offense. Myers has been a busy man tonight, up in the double digits as far as the carries go. Kneff hands to him yet again. And this time it's read well by the defensive line by the Colonials.
Hand off to number 35, P.J. Myers.
Butler is in on the tackle.
Met by the PW defensive front. Loss of 2 on that play, 2nd down and 12. Correction, loss of 1, 2nd and 11, ball at the 36.
Loss of 1 on the play. Kneff this time will go back to pass. Loads up, fires near sideline. It's caught. It's Dixon yet again, and he's bumped out of bounds around midfield.
Dixon.
Dixon has been the favorite target tonight for Kneff.
Aiden Orensky. Let's move those Sandwich Factory chains. That's another Manheim Township. 1st down.
Kneff has looked
puts the ball in midfield.
relatively comfortable in the pocket so far here tonight. He's gotten plenty of time thanks to his offensive line. And minus the fumble and interception, of course, he's had a clean resume. So credit to him for not putting his head down after those mistakes early on. That one was thrown into no man's land. And it'll be a 2nd down and 10. One of the few times tonight we've seen Kneff run to the opposite side of the field and throw across his body like that. I know that's a big no-no for a lot of the coaches. But doesn't put the ball in harm's way, throws it at the turf. And it goes down as an incomplete pass. So it stops the clock with 1:11 to play. Kneff steps up, another clean pocket. Deep shot, end zone, and just short. Looked like Dixon had a step, but he's brought down from behind. And Dixon, another big-time pickup.
Those Sandwich Factory chains. That's a Manheim Township 1st down.
Dixon looks like he's cramping after the catch. Well, again, we talked about how Kneff has looked tonight. Started out poorly, but, man, he has really stepped it up here. And that honestly was nowhere near the end zone. But regardless, it's a massive completion, especially with the time remaining in this football game, 1:06 to be exact in the first half. It's a 4-point lead for the Blue Streaks, 21-14. Dixon continues to have a rock-solid night. 2 receiving touchdowns. And on top of that, a 40-plus yard reception from the hands of Jack Kneff. Even more big picture speaking, however, it's been the offensive line that deserves a ton of credit for the Blue Streaks, giving Kneff plenty of time in the pocket. And not only that, it's been clean. Had plenty of opportunity and room to step up. Tapped that football about 2-3 times before releasing it, and it was a beauty. So Dixon gets looked at with that cramp in his right calf on the sideline.
Previous play was a pass play of 37
Don't expect
yards.
him
We
to
are in the benchmark
be out
red
for
zone.
too long, but at
1st and
least
10
on this
from the
play,
13-yard
Kneff
line.
will be without his top wideout. Kneff hands to Myers, and he'll pick up
Hand off
a
to
couple.
number 35, P.J. Myers. Tripped up on the play by number 6, Michael Giangulio.
Giangulio in on the stop.
Gain of about 1 yard, 2nd down and 9.
1 yard
Ball
pickup
at the
for Myers.
12-yard line.
It'll bring up a 2nd down and 9. Dixon still off the field, pistol formation. Myers gets the carry, goes right up the middle, continues to work his way forward. This time he'll pick up a little bit more, and we have a whistle and a timeout by Manheim Township. 32 seconds to go until halftime. It's been a back-and-forth battle, but at this point in time, the Blue Streaks have the momentum, and they're threatening yet again. We'll step aside. Quick timeout. We'll be right back. back here out of a timeout. Max Gretzel on the call for B&B Media and the Flagship Network.
Play will resume.
32 seconds to go until halftime. It's 3rd down and 6 from the PW 9-yard line. Big time possession and a couple of big plays upcoming. Kneff, he's been hot with the hand. He fires to the end zone. It's Dixon. It goes incomplete. Multiple penalty markers down on the field. And I believe they're going to get Lorensky on the PI. We'll check it.
Pass interference, defense, half the distance of the goal, leaves it short of the first down. 3rd down.
So all things considered, not the worst thing that could have happened for PW. It's still 3rd down. It's half the distance to the goal. And number 4 back into the huddle. That's Dixon. He's been the go-to man tonight for Kneff. We've seen him connect twice on touchdown passes and also on a 36-yard reception earlier on this drive. Kneff again will pass. He'll fire. It's Myers. It goes over his head.
Pass intended for number 35. P.J. Myers falls incomplete. That'll bring up 4th down and 2. Ball remains inside the 5.
The incomplete pass stops the clock. Kneff had him. Just threw it a little too high. Too much air under the football coming out of the backfield on the wheel route. And just over the head of Myers. 4th down and 2. 25 seconds to go until half. We've seen this formation before, and each time it's been a run. This time it goes to Vayu. He goes up the gut. Still not going to get in, but did he get enough for the first? We'll check.
Number 0, Taylor Vayu on the carry.
That's going to be good enough for a first down. The head official, I should say, signals first down.
To drop those Sandwich Factory chains. That is a Manheim Township first down.
So after the handoff and the first down yardage gain, it'll be a fresh set of downs. First down and goal from the 2-yard line. Manheim Township calls a timeout. That's their last timeout of the half. So ultimately, it looks like Kneff is going to have to throw this football if the Blue Streaks want to come out of here with a touchdown. Let's give another shout out to our sponsors again for helping us out tonight, being able to put these broadcasts together throughout the 10 weeks of this season. Dean's Auto Plaza, Palumbo Foods, Reading Raptors, Paolo's Restaurant, Footworks, Berks County Views, and Land Home Farms. Appreciate all of them. And if you ever want to jump on board and sponsor some Friday Night Football on the Flagship Network, you can always reach out and become part of the action. Both teams break huddle.
Play will resume. First and goal
First
from the
and
3.
goal from the 2.5. Kneff rolls to his right, fires to the end zone. Touchdown! It's Feliciano.
Blue Streaks. 3-yard completion into the Loggebackers end zone from number 2, Jack Kneff, to number 5, Alan Feliciano.
Well, Kneff usually spreads the football around, and that's been on display so far here tonight. He's connected with Dixon twice in the end zone, Feliciano as well. And the Blue Streaks continue to pour it on here in the second quarter. Low snap, kick up, kick still good.
Extra point by number 28, Rowan
Crispino splits the sticks. We'll take a break and be right back.
2.1 seconds remaining in the first half.
Hey guys, we're heading into No Albies here in West Reading. We've got the West Reading French Fry Fest next Saturday, so we're gonna shoot a little content with Massimo in here for the Visit West Reading Instagram page.
.16 seconds to work with until halftime. PW will get the football back with one timeout to work with. 28-17 your score.
28, Rowan Crispino getting ready to kick off.
And Crispino will
back deep,
kick off
08
back to PW.
Michael Bongard.
Bongard set the return. And Manheim Township just looking to milk this clock. Hopefully a handoff or something easy. Obviously they hope. PW does not try to threaten at all. Get in the locker room with a 28-17 lead after being down 14-0 to start on their home turf. Crispino boots it. It's a squib. It bounces around the 15-yard line, fielded there. And Orensky picks it up and works his way past the 20, brought down, or excuse me, the 30 that is, brought down just shy of the 35-yard line. And that takes about 7 seconds off the game clock. And that leaves about 8-9 seconds to go roughly.
Kickoff return will put the ball about the 35-yard line. 1st and 10, 9 seconds remaining here in the first half.
And that's exactly what Riley and company will do. Riley takes a knee. And that will send us to halftime here tonight. 28-17 is your score. We will see you for second half action. What a game here tonight in Manheim.
Blue Streaks have the halftime lead over Plymouth Whitemarsh. They are up 28. about ready here for the start of the second half. Getting ready to kick off will be the Blue Streaks number 28, Rowan Crispino. The deep men for Plymouth Whitemarsh, number 0, Aiden Wensky, and number 2, Michael Bond.
All right, welcome back, everyone. Here we go. Max Gretzel on the call with the Flagship Network, B&B Media. Appreciate everyone tuning in tonight. It's been a lot of fun so far. It's been a back-and-forth battle, but it's been Manheim Township who has taken a stranglehold of this football game, especially in that second quarter. PW won the toss. They deferred to open the football game, so Township will kick off to begin the second half. Crispino, who's done an excellent job at the kicker spot tonight. Honestly, both kickers have as well. Peterson for the Colonials has been perfect as well. Bongard set the return. And it goes through the end zone for a touchback.
Crispino's kickoff rolls through the end zone, and that will be a touchback.
Crispino having a heck of a game at the kicker spot. I know it's underrated, but definitely have to highlight him. Multiple touchbacks, and especially at the high school level when the ball only comes out to the 20-yard line, that's pretty impressive. And I know I misspoke earlier about that one extra point that was actually blocked at the line of scrimmage on the extra point try, but overall, his offense got us back with a successful 2-point conversion on the next drop. Bongard went in motion and stopped. We had movement up front. No penalty marker went down. So this is the first play from scrimmage to open this second half. We'll see if the Colonials can throw another gut punch. And not that time, however. It's just a massive miscommunication as Riley bumped into, looked like one of his receivers who went in motion or somebody in the backfield. Regardless, it's going to be a second down, and the clock winds. We are officially underway here in the third. 2nd and 10 after Riley went into the back of his own offensive lineman. Giangiulio set at the tailback spot. He gets the first carry from scrimmage, and he works his way forward for a gain of about 2 on the play. Wow, I tell you, that Township defense comes out firing on all cylinders, on the line especially. And that's one of the main reasons why they were able to stay in this football game, minus the negative field position that their offense put them in early on in this game. You know, if you talk about one thing to highlight coming out into the second half, it's definitely the trenches, and Township, as the game has gone on, has continued to show off their skill set as a unit. Whistle right around the snap of the football. We'll check it.
Timeout, Plymouth Whitemarsh.
PW calls time, and it's probably a good one at that. Just not on the same page offensively. A penalty,
that is their first time out of the half,
which wasn't called, and then it was the Riley, miscommunication, I guess is the best way to put it, after he ran into the back of his offensive line. Small carry there by Giangiulio. So that gives us time to shout out our sponsors yet again: Dean's Auto Plaza, Palumbo Foods, Reading Raptors, Paolo's Restaurant, Footworks, Berks County Views, and Land Hope Farms. Appreciate everyone who has jumped on board here in the 2025 season. We're not even halfway through yet. It's week number 4 out of 10. And it's PW Manheim Township here tonight. PW remains in that huddle for an extended period of time, trying to get on the same page. Very confusing after both teams obviously have just come out of the locker room. So the communication factor moving forward here on this drive will be a big question mark for the white jerseys.
Play
Whistle
resumes,
is
third
blown.
down and 8.
Play set to begin. Riley, Giangiulio, nowhere to go. And it's another massive stop for this defensive front. Bayou
Handoff was fumbled, but
credited
recovered
with the
by
tackle,
number
number 0.
Riley, number 93, Will Malaza, to meet him in the backfield.
It's a 3-and-out for PW
Fourth
to
down
open
for
this
Plymouth
third quarter.
Whitemarsh. Loss of 1 on the play puts the ball back at the 21-yard line.
It almost
4th
looked
and 9.
like, obviously I know it was a fumble, but it looked like yet another miscommunication with Riley not knowing whether to hand off or keep it himself. And to be quite honest with you, the Colonials may have lucked out on 2 plays on that possession. Dante with a big-time leg, boots one past midfield, and it's fielded by Fletcher at the 43-yard line. That's where Township will set up shop for their first offensive possession of the game, or I should say of the half. And Kneff, who had a fantastic opening stanza, will go back to work offensively.
35-yard punt by number 11, Charlie Donati. That will give the Blue Streaks the ball at their own 44-yard line, 1st and 10.
Very interesting talking about Coach Evans and his comments this past week leading up to this game about the grit of his football team. And so far, that's been on display here tonight. Myers to the left of Kneff. Myers with a little trickeration. A flea flicker-esque type of play. Deep shot. And it's hauled in by Dixon. Makes 2 men miss. Stiff arm inside the 5. Into the end zone for his 3rd touchdown of the game.
Razzle-dazzle, 56 yards into the Logalackers end zone.
Well, we mentioned the flea flicker type-esque. It was just a little razzle-dazzle, little trickeration, so to speak. And after it's all said and done, it's Dixon standing in the back of the end zone and then throw it with the crowd on their feet cheering him on. Well, halftime is a time to, and we actually just got a penalty, and it's an ineligible receiver down the field, and that's obviously going to come from the offensive line. And that negates the massive gain and touchdown, obviously, from Dixon. So I was just about to say halftime's a time for pros and cons to be improved or corrected. But
put the ball back at the 39-yard
before that
line.
penalty, it was 2 different directions for both of these teams. PW with a 3 and out, and then a lightning strike by Manheim Township that's now wiped away. I would be anxious to know or see if Myers simply got the pitch and then handed it back to Kneff. Would there have been enough time to have an ineligible receiver down the field? The world may never know. Coach Evans, obviously, you see him there on the sideline, can't be too happy, but Myers is going to be happy as he bursts through inside of the 30, inside of the 20. He'll go the distance. Touchdown, Township. It's a 61-yard sprint for Myers. The Blue Streaks say, you know what penalty? We'll do it again. And this time they do it on the ground. 34-17, pending the extra point. Crispino on for the attempt. The kick is up. It's a low liner, and it's wide left. So that's Crispino's 2nd miss of the night. Myers leaves the defense in the dust.
9:25 remaining here in the 3rd.
Hey guys, we're heading into No Albies here in West Reading. We've got the West Reading French Fry Fest next Saturday, so we're gonna shoot a little content with Massimo in here for the Visit West Reading Instagram page.
Cheerleaders.
Well, I think I can officially now say it's been Two teams going two completely different directions as we open the third quarter in the first few short minutes of what we've had seen here so far throughout. PW 3 and out. Township a touchdown negated by penalty, and then another one on the following play, both coming at 61-yard attempts. One through the air, wiped away. One on the ground by Myers. That is successful, and that's where we left you at a break, minus the missed extra point by Crispino. That's his second missed PAT of the night. He's on the kickoff. Baumgard on the return. Fields inside of his own 5-yard line. A little fake trickeration. He doesn't have it. And it's Orensky upended just shy of the 25-yard line. Fletcher in on the tackle.
Whitemarsh will head back out on offense. They will have 1st and 10.
So Plymouth Whitemarsh, it's not like they haven't scored. They've turned defense into offense, and they've also gotten the job done on the ground at times, but not through the middle of the tackles. Can't hang your head. Still a lot of football to be played here tonight. 34-17. Riley goes under center, looking for a comeback, and he hands the ball off on the end around. It's a pretty successful play as Baumgard, for the most part, has decent yardage, maneuvering past a couple of bodies.
Tackled in part by number 14, Grant Sages.
So credit Sages with the tackle. It's a 6-yard pickup. It's 2nd down and 4. And obviously that's much more manageable than what we saw on the first possession of this third quarter for the Colonials. Giangiulio, the only tailback behind Riley. He gets the carry. No, he doesn't. It's a pitch play to the outside, what we saw earlier in the game. And this time running out of bounds is Kane as he's bumped out.
Handoff to number 17.
Well, we saw Kane earlier on that first opening drive of this football game by Kane. Very similar play. Giangiulio, who's been fed at a healthy rate all season long, is a decoy. And Kane able to pick up a healthy chunk of yards and also a first down. Looks like another player cramping up on the field. We'll take a quick injury timeout and step aside. Be back after this.
We're pretty big. Yeah, people say we're giants.
You call that giant? This is giant. At Dean's Auto Plaza, we have a giant selection of quality used cars, trucks, and SUVs, all at prices that will not crush your budget.
Okay, he's the real giant.
Yeah. Woo! Come see why they call Dean's Auto Plaza York's used car giant. Woo!
One thing I think is always fun is every week you have a new opportunity as a player, fan, member of the media, to have a chance to have a fresh canvas. And the game paints its own picture and has everything play out right in front of you. You'll never see an identical game. And that's one of the fun things about sports. 34-17, we resume here almost midway through the third. Maybe I lied. Still some communication between the officials. Again, that's happened multiple times, counted about 4 or 5 times where we were about to start play and then stop. 1st and 10. Giangiulio turns the corner, finally with some running room up the middle, and he works his way toward midfield, and you know what? He'll be marked right there.
11 yards gain.
That's an 11-yard pickup. That's good enough to move the chains. Back-to-back plays, back-to-back first downs for PW. Ball obviously marked at the 50-yard line as the Colonials try to somewhat threaten the Township defense. Riley will keep it himself, fresh head of steam. And he's got some fresh legs. Only his second rushing attempt to the game. See if Riley gets more involved in the rushing game in the second half. We can now officially say the ball is in enemy territory as PW has worked it to the Township 46. Riley pitches it just in the nick of time as Kane turns the corner, and he works his way past the 45-yard line little by little. Same thing we saw earlier in this game from Manheim Township. Now PW giving them a taste of their own medicine as they methodically are working their way down the field.
Down and 3. Ball at the 43-yard line.
Kane, Bongard, Giangiulio in the backfield. Who's going to get the carry? Looked like Riley yet again mishandled the snap. We had a whistle, though. I know that Manheim Township came away with the football. I don't know if it's going to be ruled a fumble or not. Kind of looked a little weird at the snap near the line of scrimmage. But here's the replay. The only people, I should say, the only players that moved were the center and the quarterback, it looked like. Yeah. All right, so it's going to be a 5-yard penalty.
First down.
Appreciate the refs sorting that one out for us. Yeah, that one just looked a little weird from the start. Here, you're going to see it again. Riley almost looked like Kane also, but everybody else just standing around, and Blue Streaks say, hey, we have it. I'm sure they would like it, but going to have to do a little bit more than that. Kane goes in motion. He gets the carry on the end around, turns the corner, and he's brought down after a pickup of 1.
First by number 0, Taylor Vayu.
If you're a PW fan, at least that time it looked a little bit more clean from snap to the end result.
Gain of about 1 yard, second down.
Only a 1 yard pickup. It's second down and 9. Ball is marked at the 37. And make it the 38 of Township. PW doing anything and everything they can to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers. Riley back to pass, gets rid of it quickly. He finds his tight end, but it's just shy of first down yardage. Felgozi has his first reception of the game.
Ball is at the 29-yard line.
Well, Riley hasn't been asked to pass or really run a lot. It's been a lot of handoffs, but when he has gotten the opportunity, he's succeeded for the most part as Giangiulio moves the chains on the carry.
Hands off to number 6, Michael Giangiulio. Gains enough to move the chains. That is good enough
for a Plymouth Whitemarsh first down. That's their third first down on this drive alone.
7-yard line, 1st and 10 for the Colonials.
Orensky replaces Kane in the backfield. Riley maneuvers past one defender, fires to the near sideline. It's caught. On the run is Bongard, still going inside the 10, inside the 5, and brought down around there.
Number 2, Michael Bongard.
So Bongard finally gets his name in the stat sheet at a high level. It's been a lot of dink and dunk. That time's definitely a dink, but a lot of dunk on the yak.
Ball is at the 5-yard line.
Seems as though PW has found the hole in that Township defense. Riley keeps it himself. Nowhere to go.
Number 1, Cole Riley on the quarterback power. Met in tandem by number 93, Will Milazzo, and number 63,
Milazzo
Jake
in on the
White.
tackle. He also had that two-point conversion catch earlier on in this football game, as we are now under 5 minutes to play in the third quarter. Colonials taking their time, gathering themselves continuously on this drive, letting that play clock run down quickly, getting the play call, and then hustling back to the line of scrimmage. Two completely different game plans. Giangiulio, you see him listed at 6 feet tall. He's a massive dude at the high school level, of course, and he gets the carry on the misdirection, and there's nowhere to go. 6 or 7 blue jerseys.
Hand off to number 6, Michael Giangiulio. Swallowed up by the blue streak defensive front.
Pick your poison on the tackle.
Loss of 4 on the play. That'll bring up 3rd down and goal. Ball at the 11-yard line.
It's officially 3rd down and goal to go. Ball's marked at the 11-yard line after the 3-yard loss from Giangiulio. Riley and company with their biggest offensive possession of the game, arguably. Can Riley come up clutch with his arm? First read isn't there. Scrambling, still scrambling. Works his way back the other way. Fires to the back into the end zone. It's caught. No, it's incomplete. Kane got his paws on it momentarily, but couldn't corral it, and Whitemarsh is wiped away.
19, Nate Fletcher.
Heck of an effort here from Riley. I mean, his O-line went backwards immediately, multiple blue jerseys in pursuit, and it looked like Kane, from that angle, looks like he had it until you see the ball trickle right past him, so my apologies, but Peterson now is tasked with yet another field goal attempt. So far, he's 1 of 1 in that category. Orensky will be the holder. Under 3 to play. Peterson set. Kick is up. It's blocked. Blue Streaks come away with a big-time play. Orensky falls on it. And the Whitemarsh, or Plymouth Whitemarsh, is officially wiped away.
Number 14, Grant Sages. Blue Streaks will take over on offense.
Crispeno has missed 2 extra points for the Blue Streaks, 1 being blocked. And now, unfortunately for PW and Peterson, he faces the same fate.
Blue Streaks will have it after the block field goal. 1st and 10 from their own 36-yard line.
And that ball trickled way back. It's marked at the 36-yard line exactly of the Blue Streaks, with Myers back in the game at the tailback spot. We have a whistle.
Timeout.
And a timeout.
Plymouth Whitemarsh.
PW timeout, trying to gather themselves after the healthy drive that started at their own 20, resulted in a blocked field goal attempt.
We're pretty big. Yeah, people say we're giants.
You call that giant? This is giant. At Dean's Auto Plaza, we have a giant selection of quality used cars, trucks, and SUVs, all at prices that will not crush your budget.
Okay, he's the real giant.
Yeah. Come see why they call Dean's Auto Plaza York's used car giant.
Back here out of a timeout. Max Gretzula on the call. It's been honestly all PW for half a quarter. The rest has been all Blue Streaks. Kneff hands off. It's Myers. He turns the corner. Now cuts back upfield past the 40-yard line and brought down
Number
shortly
35,
after.
P.J. Myers on the carry. Tackle made in part by number 6, Michael Giangiulio.
Gain of about 6 on the play. It'll bring up a second down and 4.
6-7 yards on the play. 2nd down and a short 4.
Kneff, another handoff to Myers. Looking for a hole, can't find one, but he will fall forward for a pickup of about 3.
PJ Myers on the carry. Tackled in tandem by
That's going to bring up a
number
3rd
eight,
down and 1.
And number 44, Chase Tadeo.
Can PW have their offenses back
Gain of about 3 yards, 3rd and 1 from the
and wipe them away?
45.
This is going to be tough. Never good when Kneff's coming at you at full speed. He jumps forward, plows his way past midfield, and, that's a tall task if you're a defensive line.
Number 2, Jack Kneff on
Kneff
the
keeps
keeper.
himself. He works it into enemy territory. The ball is marked at the PW 49-yard line. And the Colonials now needing a stop. And that's an understatement.
Whitemarsh territory, 1st and 10 from the 49-yard line.
They're getting doubled up on the road. And that's never a good sign. Pre-snap whistle.
Prior to the snap, encroachment offense, 5-yard penalty. Still first down.
Well, that's rarely called. Encroachment is normally against the defense, but someone on that offensive line lined up in the neutral zone, and that's a 5-yard penalty.
1st and 15 from the 46.
So now the ball is backed up in the Township territory, and the Colonials may have found a spark of momentum to get their offense back onto the field. Myers gets the carry. That offensive front moves the white jerseys back, and we've seen it happen for the majority of this game.
Number 35, PJ
Myers brought down at his own 49-yard line. We'll bring up a 2nd down in about 11, maybe 10, as we are now under a minute to play in the 3rd quarter. Clock continues to wind. A lot of rushing attempts means a lot of time off the clock.
Gain of 2 on the play. 2nd and 13. Ball at the 48-yard line.
Could possibly be the last play of the 3rd quarter. Kneff sends Myers in motion. Fires to the near sideline. That ball's caught.
Pass is complete
it's a
to
pretty
number
solid
29,
pickup there.
Landon Crane.
Crane
Number
is
7, Alex Krieger
credited with
on
his
the
first
tackle.
reception of the game. And the ball, yet again, is into
Gain of
Colonials
5
territory.
on the play will bring up 3rd down and
5-yard
8.
pickup. Ball stays
Ball
in
will be on
bounds.
the 47-yard line.
And the Township
And that sound
offense
means we have
walks
finished the 3rd quarter of play.
with
We'll
their
take a quick
hands
break. Blue
held
Streaks still
high,
in the lead.
signaling
They're
the 4th
34
quarter is
to
calling.
17.
And it's calling us as well. We'll step aside. Be right back.
Hi, my name's Jack Kneff. I'm quarterback at Manheim Township, and you're watching Football Night on the Flagship Network.
Everybody jumping around down there on the Blue Streak sideline for obvious reasons. They lead 34-17 as we begin the 4th quarter. It's a massive 3rd down and 8. More so for the Colonials on defense to try and get their offense back onto the field and claw their way back into this football game. Kneff has other ideas as we flip ends of the field.
Quarter of play, 3rd down and 8 from the 47-yard line.
Three wide receivers stacked high. Myers still the tailback. Kneff back to pass. Clean pressure. And it's Giangiulio who came right through the line of scrimmage and forced Kneff to throw that one away. Man, talk about clean pressure. It doesn't get much easier than that for Giangulio. I think he's a little frustrated. He's used to running up and down the field at the tailback spot. This time he's like, you know what, I'll take matters in my own hands here and make Kneff throw that one away. So great stand by the PW defense as they force a punt. Low punt, or I should say low snap. Punt is away, and it's not a great one. Bounces around the 30, trickles out of bounds just past that. So that's where PW will start their next offensive possession. Never good when you have one of those opportunities to really put the foot on the neck of the opponent, but at the end of the day, you have a chance, at least PW does on that note, to work their way back into scoring position. Interesting sequence of events there for Township, who had all the momentum. Credit Giangulio getting through that line of scrimmage clean and forcing the punt. Now, on top of that, you obviously have the low snap and the poor punt. So we'll see if the snowball continues to roll in favor of the Colonials at a minimal margin. Empty backfield. Giangulio is in the slot on the top side of the screen. Bongard in motion. Riley keeps it himself. I'm not sure why, because he's brought down immediately.
Number 1, Cole Riley on the quarterback draw. Tackle made by number 63, Jake Ruck.
Ruck has his second tackle of the game.
We have an official's timeout for injury.
We have another injured player on the field. A member of the PW team is down. We'll step aside.
Pretty big. Yeah, people say we're giants.
You call that giant? This is giant. At Dean's Auto Plaza, we have a giant selection of quality used cars, trucks, and SUVs, all at prices that will not crush your budget.
Okay, he's the real giant.
Yeah. Woo! Come see why they call Dean's Auto Plaza York's used car giant.
I think just when we were at team camp, I really focused on just trying to get the ball to my guys as fast as possible. Like number 4 here, we want to get the ball in his hands as much as possible, and when we do that, it's going to be a problem for some defenses. So I think that just not trying to do too much, just getting the ball out to my guys, I think that's what I got to do this year.
out of a timeout. It's 2nd down and 10 after the no gain by Riley.
Play resumes 2nd and 10.
And Riley really struggling tonight, just cannot find any holes in the defense for the most part, both with his arm and honestly or with his legs. As Bongar turns the corner, he's got some healthy space. Falls just shy of the 39-yard line, marked down there. And again, it's the outside running attempts that have worked successfully so far for PW. And here's another one on display.
8 yards gained on the play.
I mean, a misdirection and just the sprinting and the speed to the outside really from these receivers and tailbacks has played a key role. It's been Kane and Bongard along with Giangiulio, who gets his number called here. Goes up the gut, works his way past midfield, still on his feet, and he's brought down around the opponent's 45.
Michael Giangiulio. In on the tackle, number 44, Logan Vayu.
Giangiulio's the only member offensively for this PW team to get in the end zone tonight.
16 yards gained on the run, puts the ball.
Finally, PW able to open up some holes for him on the line of scrimmage. Bongard again in motion. Giangiulio is fake to him, goes to Kane, and the misdirection play works successfully as the Colonials charge deeper into enemy territory.
Tackle made by number 93, Will Milazzo. That'll be again enough to move the chains. That's another Plymouth Whitemarsh first down. Ball is at the 34-yard line.
Giangiulio gets the carry, tries the right side this time, has some space to work with yet again, and he's knocked down around the 20-yard line. So that's 3 straight chunk plays for this Colonials offense, something we haven't seen all night long.
That run will move the chains again. That is another Plymouth Whitemarsh first down. Gain of 14 on the previous play puts the ball at the 20-yard line.
1st and 10, under 10 minutes to play in the 4th quarter. Colonials need a score desperately. Riley goes under center. Takes the snap, hands off. Bongard goes up the middle, has some space, and he barges through. He's into the end zone. It's a Colonials touchdown. Man, he took a hit there. He tried to truck/barge through one defender, and he was able to do so, but he took some punishment. And he's got 6 points on the board. 4 straight plays make it in a row offensively for the Colonials that have gone for chunk yardage. The 4th one resulting in a touchdown. Peterson on for the extra point, looking to redeem himself after the missed field goal on the last drive. Looking to come within 10. Clean snap, clean hold, kick is up, and the kick is good. 24 points now for PW. They trail by 10 in the 4th. Well, it's been a heck of a game so far, but that's why you play 4 quarters, as both teams really at different points of this game have taken strangleholds on the lead. It was 14-0 PW, and it was 34-17 until just moments ago. Bongard able to go up the gut on the rushing attempt and get himself in the end zone. Extra point was good, and that's where we are now, 34-24.
Number 14, Max Peterson. Deep man for the Blue Streaks, number 5, Alan Feliciano.
Peterson goes for an onside kick of some sort, and I'm not sure that was a smart decision, as the Blue Streaks are all over it as they secure the football around their own 44-yard line.
Safely recovered by number 25, Aiden Zulik. Blue Streaks will have the ball first and 10. They'll have it on their own 44-yard line.
The Colonials will have to make yet another stand defensively. I know they've given up 34 points tonight, but it's not over yet. Knapp back to work. Penalties have hurt Township, and timely defense has allowed PW to capitalize off of that. Expect a lot of rushing attempts on this possession from Township. Myers has been fed, but this time it's probably just to work the clock, and I lied. As Knapp winds up, fires down the near sideline, and Dixon unable to come up with the one-handed grab.
Intended for number 4, Darius Dixon, falls incomplete. In coverage on the play, number 27, Tristan O'Brien.
O'Brien, step for step with him in coverage. Maybe Dixon had one step on him, but not the worst defense in the world, and very solid pass there also from Knapp. So that brings up a 2nd down and 10, and I tell you what, when you take chances like that, if they're not converted, you put yourself behind the sticks, and now Plymouth Whitemarsh needs 2 stops to try to get the football back with 9:26 to play in the 4th. This time a more conservative approach as Myers goes up the middle for maybe 3 yards on the play before the Whitemarsh defense pushes him back.
We'll have an official's timeout.
Myers cramping on the play, it seems, and that's the 3rd or 4th player on either side that we've seen cramp here tonight. We'll step aside. Oh, we won't. Well, he's up. Wow, he came up quickly on that play. And it's good to see him get up quickly under his own power as well without any assistance. So he faked me out a little bit there, but nevertheless, it'll be a 3rd down and long for an offense that's been solid, minus a few spots here tonight. Again, just want to thank everybody who's tuning in, watching this broadcast. And each and every week, we go to a different location and bring you a different matchup, highlight a lot of these student athletes. It's been a lot of fun. It's been very competitive as well, as that pass is caught on the near sideline. And that's Simon Dumpster, who is finally, surprisingly, at this late in the game, finally in the stat sheet, that's his first completion of the game. Or reception is a better way to put it, but nevertheless, that's good enough for a Township 1st down, and Knapp, when you need him most, that's a 20-yard pickup. And that's certainly a backbreaker if you're a PW fan this late in the game. Now it's about clock management. Veilleux, the tailback. I mean, now you just feed the big fella and let that clock wind. 1st and 10. Snap, Veilleux, left side, through one defender, still on his feet, brought down by 3 white jerseys. That's 5 yards forward, but more importantly, that's 30-plus seconds off the clock.
Number 10, Amir Butler.
Well, Veilleux had a little bit more running room to work with instead of those 2-yard pickups we've seen him get earlier in the game. Only his 4th carry tonight. Passing attack coming back onto the field now is Fletcher Feliciano in the huddle. Dixon in the huddle as well. He's set up wide on the near sideline. Veilleux still out there at the running back spot with Myers on the sideline getting looked at. Knapp finds Dixon, works past one defender, goes inside the 10-yard line, and brought down around the 7. I tell you what, when you have 3 receivers off the field and Veilleux is fed, then you bring all of your starting receivers back onto the field with your tailback injured, at least for the moment. Got to expect a pass there. I think Dixon has proven tonight you don't leave him on an island one-on-one, no matter who the corner is. And he's made the Colonials pay on multiple occasions here tonight. So the Blue Streaks are threatening yet again. Dixon on one knee on the near sideline. Vayu still the tailback. Feliciano in the slot. Vayu gets the carry. Goes up the middle. Brought down immediately. Clock continues to wind under 8 minutes to play.
Number 0, Taylor Vayu. Tackle made by number 6, Michael Giangulio, and number 12, Daniel Descala. And we'll have an official's timeout for injury.
Another injury timeout. We'll take a quick break and step aside. We'll be right back after this.
We're pretty big. Yeah, people say we're giants.
You call that giant? This is giant. At Dean's Auto Plaza, we have a giant selection of quality used cars, trucks, and SUVs, all at prices that will not crush your budget.
Okay, he's the real giant.
Yeah. Come see why they call Dean's Auto Plaza York's used car giant.
Back here to have a timeout. Shout out to our sponsors, as always, for making this happen here tonight. We're in the late stages of the fourth quarter. If you're just joining us, week number 5. Wow, halfway through the season already. We will be at Muhlenberg High School for a big-time matchup. Teams that have plenty of history between them in the past. Governor Mifflin goes on the road. They will play Muhlenberg 7 days from tonight. Looking forward to that one. Still, stories to be told in this one, however. 7-14. Ball snap. No penalties are down. Whistle blew, and I have no idea what that play was. Everybody stopped playing football. Every player is confused, along with the fans and myself. That looked weird. But, nevertheless, it's going to bring up third down.
To the 7-yard line, where it will be third down.
So Kneff tasked yet again, trying to come up clutch here, late stages of the fourth. 10-point lead. Ball in his hands. Pre-snap motion. Kneff over the middle. It goes incomplete. He was looking for Feliciano, who had plenty of running room in front of him.
Incomplete.
But
in coverage number 2, Michael
play results in an
Baumgart.
incomplete pass. It'll be fourth
That'll
down.
bring up fourth down and goal. Ball remains at the 7.
Crispino on to attempt a field goal to extend the Township lead to 13. Still 7 minutes to work with here in the fourth quarter. This stop would be huge for the Colonials. A whistle.
Timeout. Manheim Township.
Manheim Township calls time. We will take a quick break. We'll be right back for the attempt after this. Out of a timeout. 10-point lead for Township on their home turf. Solid crowd tonight, as it really always is here at these facilities. Township fans come out in waves. And for good reason. They're always very competitive. Crispino with a very, very important field goal. Clean snap, clean hold, kick is up, and the kick is good. 13-point lead for Manheim Township. Looked dicey early on, but they have come back and made their presence felt, dropping 37 points on PW. Friday night next week, Governor Mifflin, Muhlenberg. We will be there, and we expect another physical ground and pound battle from both of those teams. That'll be a fun one 7 days from tonight. So Crispino, after successfully kicking the field goal, he will kick off. And with 7 minutes to go in the fourth, PW is going to have to get something going quickly and efficiently
Number
on
28,
offense.
Rowan Crispino getting ready for the kickoff. Back deep for Plymouth Whitemarsh, number 0, Aiden Arensky, and number 2, Michael Bongard.
Orensky and Bongard set the return. Kick is away. It's a good one. Orensky fields that at his own goal line. He's going to bring it out past the 15, past the 20, past the 25 and the 30, past the 35, past the 40, past the 45, past the 50 in enemy territory, and he's brought down just shy of the 40-yard line of Township.
Number 0, Aiden Arensky with the big kickoff return. Tackle was made by number 28, Rowan Crispino.
Well, never good when your kicker has to make the tackle on a kickoff. And just like that, PW needed a big play, and they got one.
58-yard.
It's a 58-yard return for Orensky.
March the ball in Blue Streak territory. It'll be 1st and 10. Ball at the 41-yard line.
Shout out to our team here getting those replays ready efficiently and quickly for you guys. It's awesome to see. Definitely get to take a second look at that rushing attempt. 6:47 on the game clock. 1st down and 10. Riley goes under center. Pitches it. Little trickeration. That ball's thrown deep down the field. It's incomplete. Penalty markers down. As Bongard, he's been in the stat sheet in multiple ways here tonight, both offensively and defensively. Not as a passer, however, until now. And the ball's obviously underthrown. That microphone's not helping any of our ears. We'll check the penalty.
Prior to the pass, holding, defense, 10-yard penalty, 1st down.
Well, you saw Kane trying to work back towards the football, and he was obviously eliminated by the defensive back. And that's where the hold comes into play. What an interesting game. Not only on the field, but really from an official standpoint as well. Just
that'll give Plymouth Whitemarsh 1st and
some
10.
miscommunication.
And at the Blue Streak 31-yard line.
Not only that, really, Manheim Township has shot themselves in the foot on multiple occasions when it comes to the penalties as well. The give goes to, that's Bongard, who had the rushing and touchdown on the last possession, and he's brought down around the 20-yard line.
Handoff is to number 2, Michael Bongard. Tackled in part by number 11, Luke Wagner. Gain of 11 on the play is enough for a first down. Ball is at the blue streak 20-yard line.
Short gain, maybe one. And Bongard, who continues to get fed recently, is a little slow to get up.
Tackled in
Hands
tandem
on
by
his
number
knees.
9, Malachi Minguez, and number 93, Will Milazzo. Gain of 1, second down and 9, ball at the 19-yard line.
Another carry. This time Riley will do it himself, and he works his way just shy of the 10-yard line.
Number 1, Cole Riley on the quarterback.
Got to start
keeper.
working quickly here with only 5:29 and counting the play. That's going to be good enough
Made by number
for
11,
Colonial's
Luke
first
Wagner.
down. Wagner in on the stop.
Gain is enough for a first and goal.
First down and goal from the 10-yard line. Damian Pabon, number 12, out there as an extra blocker, and we have a whistle. So we'll keep things here after the timeout. And what a battle it has been tonight. Obviously a lot of opportunity for Plymouth Whitemarsh. Previous seasons they've been a powerhouse. This year not their best team. I think even their fans would tell you that. But they had a lot of momentum and really just some feisty effort coming in on the road here tonight, trying to walk away with a victory against the powerhouse team of Manheim Township, who, again, same exact story. Not the same team as in years past, but still with very high expectations. Got a 2-hour bus ride out here for the Colonials as well.
Timeout there was charged to Plymouth Whitemarsh.
That was a charged timeout for Plymouth Whitemarsh. That was their third and final timeout of the half.
The PW really with 5 minutes to play now with no timeouts to work with. Had to burn one early on in this, I should say this half really, early on in that third quarter. It's because of a play clock issue, but stuff like that comes back to bite you. We'll see if they can capitalize regardless. Riley under center. Hands to Gian Julia. And there's not much happening on that
Hands
carry.
off
He's
is
brought
number
down around the
6, Michael
6-yard line.
Giangulio. Tackle made in part by number 63, Jake Ruck.
Tackle by Ruck. That's his third of the game.
Second down and goal.
Second and goal. 6 yards to go for the Colonials.
Ball is around the 6-yard line.
Orensky number 0 and Bongard number 2 in the backfield. Bongard in motion. Riley hands. Gian Julio up the gut. Still nowhere to
Hand
go.
off to number 6, Michael Giangulio.
Gain of about 2.5 on the play. Ball will be marked at the 3-yard line. Third down
Ball
and
looks
goal.
to be at the 4-yard line. Third down and goal.
Whitemarsh defensively has made
Correction, ball is
stands
at the
tonight.
3-yard line.
Township now tasked with doing the same. Crowd, getting loud. End around the Bongard. Turns the corner. He's in. Touchdown, Colonials.
Touchdown, Plymouth Whitemarsh. It's about a 3-yard rushing touchdown by number 2, Michael Bongard.
Unbelievable effort tonight by the Colonials on the road. Never say die attitude. They score yet again, this time off the handoff to Bongard. That's his second rushing touchdown of the game. And it's Peterson, who missed a field goal earlier on in this game, to try and put the extra point home. It's up. And it's good. Peterson with a clean kick.
Max Peterson
It's
is good.
37-31.
4:01
Township
remaining
leads.
in regulation. Blue Streaks still.
We're pretty big. Yeah, people say we're giants.
You call that giant? This is giant. At Dean's Auto Plaza, we have a giant selection of quality used cars, trucks, and SUVs, all at prices that will not crush your budget.
Okay, he's the real giant.
Yeah. Come see why they call Dean's Auto Plaza York's used car giant.
Out of a timeout. Well, I tell you what, if you're liking what you're seeing, you're going to like what you see next week as well. Two different styles of offense than what we're seeing here tonight. It's Mifflin and Muhlenberg head-to-head next week.
To kick off number 14, Max Peterson.
Peterson set to kick off for the Colonials, needing a quick stop. That's an understatement, with no timeouts to work with. Will they kick it deep, or will they go for the onside kick? It's an onside kick. It's bounced and caught. Two opportunities for PW to come away with an onside kick, and both times it's handled well by the Township special teams, so give them credit.
Is safely recovered by number 19.
Ball will
Fletcher.
be marked at the 48.5
Blue
yard
Streaks will
line.
have the ball on offense.
Fletcher
They'll have
able to
first
handle
and
it.
10. What looks like
And
their
with
own
4 minutes to go,
49-yard line.
Township will have first down and 10 from their own 48. No timeouts for Plymouth Whitemarsh to work with is the biggest storyline in this football game currently, as these teams continue to trade gut punches. The ball's officially marked at the 49, and the offense now back to work. Myers still not in the football game at the running back spot. It's Bayou. Expect him to get a healthy carry on. We have another pre-snap whistle.
Timeout, Manheim Township. That's their second timeout, 1 minute.
All right, so timeout allows us to catch our breath. Man, I tell you what, it's been one of those games where there's portions that have flown by and portions that have stalled. And with 3:57 to play, we have reached a point where it has stalled out another timeout. Obviously, PW has already used all 3 of their timeouts. Township now with only 1 remaining. Gotta love Friday Night Lights. Gotta love football as we are now freshly into September. Always fun to have the high school ball on Friday, college Saturday, NFL Sunday. Have the whole triple header as well. But Fridays, outside of football itself, on Friday Night Lights, you have the whole weekend ahead of you still. So I hope you enjoy it. Still something to be decided here tonight, however. Kneff takes the snap, hands off to Vayu, barrels a body, and picks up 2.5.
Number 0, Taylor Vayu on the carry. Tackle made by number 7, Alex Kriebel. Called out a gain of 2 yards, second and 8.
2-yard
Ball
pickup.
at the 49-yard line.
Kneff has the call from the sideline. Clock winding. Nothing PW can do about it. Another snap. Kneff will throw, trying to keep in the hands of his receivers, avoiding an incomplete pass. And Dumpster is brought down as he charges his way with his head down past the 40-yard line.
Dumpster, that'll move those Fiorentino's chains. That's a Manheim Township first down. 12 yards gained on the play. First and 10 for the Blue Streaks, ball at the 38-yard line.
First down for Manheim Township. Under 3 minutes to play in the fourth quarter. Kneff will throw yet again. That time it goes into the danger zone. And Kane
Pass intended for number 22,
there on the
Chase
tackle
Fletcher, falls
/
incomplete.
stop.
Number 17, James Kane in coverage. 2nd and 10, ball heads back to the 38-yard line.
2nd down and 10. Couldn't have come at a better time for PW as the clock is now stopped after the incomplete pass. I'd expect the next 2 plays to be runs, but you never know what Coach Evans and company are thinking. Bayou gets the carry, goes up the middle, and he's still on his feet, trying to avoid one more defender before he's brought down inside of the 15-yard line.
By number 0, Taylor Bayou. That'll move those Fiorentino's chains.
And Bayou may have just kissed PW goodnight on that carry. Not used to seeing the big fella run like this because he's been brought down almost immediately every time he's gotten the carry.
1st and 10 from the 13-yard
You got to expect the run. That's what surprises me the most, how empty that box was. Nevertheless, we move the chains. Bayou again, fed, up a gut, over one body, and down just shy of the 5.
Taylor Bayou on the run. Tackle made by number 7, Alex Kriebel. Ball is at the 7-yard line. That'll bring up 2nd down and 4.
2nd and 4 from the 6. Kneff, hands, Bayou over one body and can't get past the 2nd as he's brought down at the 1.
Bayou on the carry. That'll drop the Fiorentino's chains. That's a Manheim Township.
That's going to be good enough for a Manheim Township 1st down as the ball is marked at the 1.5-yard line.
Ball around the 2-yard line, 1st and goal.
1st down and goal. Bayou has been fed consistently on this drive, and I don't expect that to change unless Kneff takes matters into his own hands, which he very well may do. Kneff under center. And he takes an A.
Kneel down by Kneff.
A sign of respect by the Blue Streaks not to score again on their home turf. And instead, winds out the clock. Another knee.
Kneel down by Kneff. And that should do it for tonight's game.
That'll do it.
As the final 20
Township,
seconds run down here,
when they needed it most, came up with multiple 1st downs on that final drive to be able to ice this football game. Give PW a ton of credit for coming in here on the road tonight. Nothing to hang their heads about. Led 14-0. Obviously, Township flexed their muscle, but PW did not quit. They showed heart, they showed fight, and of course, the ultimate sign of respect post-game with the handshakes at midfield.
Blue Streaks are going to open up LL League Section 1 play next Friday night when they travel to Hempfield. They're back home on Friday, September 26th at 7 p.m. when they take on JP McCaskey. Once again, be sure to join us and support our many athletic programs this fall season. Head to mtwp.net/athletics to learn more about the schedules. Follow our Instagram page at MT Blue Streaks. Fans, be sure
Well, your player of the game, P.J. Myers, the sophomore, number 35. And the fan vote tells the story as well. P.J. Myers, your player of the game here tonight. Player of the game, as always, sponsored by Footworks as well. And, you know, I tell you what, only a sophomore, so he's got a lot of football ahead of him here at Manheim Township, and I'm sure the fans are looking forward to that. We'll see you 7 days from tonight. Kneff here back to pass, and obviously a lot of offensive explosions happening here tonight. You saw Dixon on the opposite screen pass for the most part, almost like that wheel route / pick play, and then Dixon again later on in that game. Play action pass, Milano on the far sideline on the 2-point conversion. That one went. That was after the mixed extra point by Crispino. And then coming back this way, it's Feliciano who waves towards the crowd. Obviously, a lot of opportunity here for PW to take from this, but here's your play of the game, folks. I mean, after the negated penalty and that deep shot to Dixon, which would have been his 3rd touchdown of the game, Myers takes things into his own hands, and that's what earns him tonight's player of the game, presented by Footworks. Colonials showed fight. Bongard with 2 rushing touchdowns. He barrels his way into the end zone for the first one. And that gave PW an opportunity to keep this game close. Again, we mentioned how much fight they showed and grit and toughness throughout. But ultimately, it was Manheim Township coming away with a victory here tonight. Here's your play of the game, sponsored by the Reading Raptors, as Myers takes it to the house. And that's not the full story. It's a negated penalty that started it all. 2 touchdowns on back-to-back plays. One that didn't count, but one that does in the hands of Myers. We'll see you 7 nights from tonight, everyone.